Hey, this is Preacher out of Tennessee. Just had a little word for you for all my combat vet brothers and sisters. There was an idea once, and I think still is, about the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. And that idea was combat vets getting together, riding together, and with the wind in our face and in our hair, letting those demons that plague us, those issues that war against us, just letting that shit fall off in the wind. And that's the idea of the Combat Motorcycle Association. Just getting together and getting wind therapy, riding together, developing that camaraderie, that brotherhood, and not to leave you sisters out. You're a big part of our world. Just want you to know that idea still exists, but it's getting bogged down more and more that I see with freaking bureaucracy and red tape. Those things are essential nowadays. If you don't have strong, detailed bylaws, some jerk leg is gonna sue your ass, and then you're gonna end up in court over something stupid because you just wanted to ride with some of your fellow combat vets because it makes your life better. Well, we still got to ride, and we still got to fight those demons that haunt us, that attack us, that try to exploit us. But we also got to CYA, cover our asses from these pogues and shitbirds that are looking for a place to roost. And when things don't go their way, they get offended, and next thing you know, you're all up in a case. And that's not what the organization was ever about. That's not what the association of ourselves together is supposed to be like. But it's 2025, and you've got to have policy and procedure written, and you got to have things that are set in stone, or you're going to be screwed. And that's just the bottom line. And that doesn't distract me, and it shouldn't distract you from that idea of what the CVMA is. You just need to really just, have perspective that these things are necessary. The governing bylaws are necessary to protect us and to protect the association, so this thing can be effective and grow and can be a national entity that helps veterans. And that's the bottom line. This is what this is all about. This is about me and my brothers and sisters taking to the roads and letting that stuff that's been plaguing us when we've been sitting in the house, and the house seems to be closing in on us, getting that stuff off, man. Just letting the wind just blow it off and give us a reprieve from that PTSD, from that depression, from the things that are bugging you, that haunting you. And that's what it's about. It's about us riding together and us spending time together and encouraging one another. And the bottom line is, if we don't, who will? And so we need to just make this CVMA idea the part that we grasp to, and let the red tape just be where it needs to be. Obviously, we need to police that and govern that and make sure they don't get out of hand. And that's why we do these amendments to bylaws. This is why we change them. This is why we're constantly scrutinizing them, so that they don't get passed what they're supposed to be, and they don't fall short of what they need to be. And so as we look at these and we look at officers coming and going in the CEB, we need to understand that this is a volunteer organization. We are a part of it voluntarily, and we're here because of the idea. We're here because we believe in vets helping vets, and we believe that riding together can help one another. And it's that silent, low on the dialogue day of getting out and riding with your brothers and sisters that keeps you in a good state of mind, that keeps you healthy mentally, that keeps the demons at bay and keeps the PTSD flare-ups minimal. Knowing that you got somebody that's going through the same shit that you go through, that has the same emotions, the same triggers, and they're pushing themselves for your benefit. They're riding with you. They're out there slapping you on the back, hugging your neck. Man, that's all it is. That's the therapy that veterans need. They need that camaraderie. They need that trust, like we had on the fighting line and in the foxhole, on patrol. We need that real camaraderie that says, I got your six, and mean it. And that's hard. I mean, most civvies ain't gonna offer that to you. They don't know what it's like to have that in kind of intense trust that somebody's gonna protect your life. And so we do this because of the idea that combat vets riding together helps those combat vets through some of the emotional and psychological hurdles that they have to jump over and face on a daily basis. Man, I'm telling you, believe in the idea. Share the idea. If you know a combat vet and they got a bike, they're going through some crap, man, get them plugged in. Get them plugged in. And when somebody acts a fool, keep this in mind. When somebody acts a fool, they get out, they get too drunk, and they start acting a fool. Police that shit. But do it in love, man. That's your brother. And those are those demons coming out. Counsel, protect, square him away, put him in a taxi, get him home. Do what you got to do. But remember, that's a brother or a sister out there that's going through some shit, just like you've gone through some shit, and you need to be there for them. And sometimes being there for them is grabbing a bunch of shirt, pulling them nose to nose, and telling them to square their shit away, or you're going to put them down for the near term because they're acting a fool, and they need to tighten that up. And hey, listen, love sometimes is brutal. Love sometimes has to beat somebody's ass. Love sometimes has to square somebody away, put them in a corner until they chill out. This is the reality of combat veterans. We have some issues. Not gonna deny, not gonna lie, but with my brothers and sisters around me, I know if I get out of line, I've got somebody there to put me back in rank. Put me back in rank and file. I hope you understand. We have a duty to one another when we join this association. And the idea of the CVMA, vets helping vets, sometimes we're holding you up by the arms because you can't walk straight. Sometimes we're throwing you in a cab and say, take him home. And sometimes we got you back when somebody's starting to speak trouble. You know, this is CVMA. This is combat vets relating to one another And I appreciate you. Share this, pass it along. Listen, you give it a thumbs up, I could care less. But if there's a veteran out there that needs to hear that there's an association of motorcyclists that are centered around combat vets, that's what it's for. I appreciate it. I love it. You got anything negative to say, keep that shit to yourself. Not interested. We'll delete your comment. Hey, it's my channel, it's my video. So, Foxtrot uniform, you understand? And you will be dismissed. But hey, man, I just want to put a prop out there to CVMA. I know I'm in the cage today. People got to work. At least this whole jarhead does. But listen, CVMA rocks. But don't forget the idea of what it is.